Everybody, this is Kim with Bills the Butterflies, and today with you I'm going to share 4 organizational tips that I use around my home and we're also using in our transition to RV lifestyle. Tip number 1 is games. Board games. What do you do with all those board games? Well, let me show you a tip that I've been using for many years. I stopped using it, but I'm reinventing it again. First off, these are the board games that we've pared down to take RVing with us. As you can see, that's a lot of space, especially when you're a family living full-time in an RV. So years ago, I got similar envelopes. These particular ones are scrapbooking envelopes. You get them at any kind of craft store. This particular one's from Hobby Lobby. They sell for $1.99. They happen to have 50% discount, so $1. I got 12 of them for $12 plus tax. So you use these, and I take each game. It's one envelope. I have a label maker. I love my label maker. You're going to see lots of labels around my house. Put the name of the game, just in case they get a couple envelopes open and they get mixed up. We know which one goes in which envelope. But I just put all the parts inside, and there you go. So these are the games that I made into these envelopes. As you can see, the difference between all the boxes and all the envelopes. I am going to gather up one of my baskets, and I'm going to put all of these inside of a basket. I just haven't found the right one that I want to use. But as you can see, it's a third, maybe a half of the amount of size as what the actual board games make up. And you don't have to worry about these getting all torn up either. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is filing. Again, we have a big file cabinet. We're not going to take all of that with us. But I found on Amazon these ottomans that they sell that have built-in file cabinets. But they're like over $100. And I'm not going to spend over $100 when I can just come up with my own idea. So I like gray and gray's whites, as you can see around my house. But I found this ottoman at Target. The lid pops up, so I can always use it for something else, like blankets if I wanted to. I got this basic plastic file cabinet, and I can easily move it if I need to, or keep it in here, and it actually leaves me more room to put other binders or other things in here as well. This doesn't take up that much space. So I took some files that we're going to be taking in the RV with us, minus things that need to be in safes, and I put them in these hanging folders. I do separate my hanging folders by color, so by categories, and I do them in rainbow color. Another OCD thing, alphabetical order and rainbow colors. That's how my clothes are. That's how everything else in my life is, and you'll see that shortly. So anyway, this is universal. You can put blankets in there. You can add plenty of space for additional storage in there. And these legs, I'm considering taking these legs off and putting some casters, locking casters on them, which you can get at any hardware store, Home Depot being my favorite. But I'm not quite sure if we want that yet, but that is a really quick, easy fix. And if I do that, I'll show you an additional post if we ever make that change. So that's tip number 2 is file. Tip number 3 and 4 both have to do with pantry storage. And let me show you that. First, tip number 3. I've been doing this for several years, and we're going to transition this into our RV lifestyle, is spices. I do have them in alphabetical order. I think, why wouldn't you? That way you can find them. It just makes sense. Go alphabetize your spices, and you live much in greater harmony by doing so. So here is the spices. I use these canisters. They have magnets on the bottom. You can get them at pretty much any place. But I have this wire shoving unit attached to the inside of my pantry door. And since these are magnet and this is wire, when you're opening and closing the door, they don't move, which makes life a lot easier. And when we go RVing, I'm going to get a piece of sheet of metal and mount it to inside the cabinet, and I'll hang them in this position. So I label these in the front, which works perfect for this position. And I also labeled the top, which is going to work great for the RV living. I have pared down my spices. I know I'm going to pare it down some more. I'm just postponing that one a little longer because I like my spices, and you never know what you're going to need. So that was actually probably one of the hardest things for me to pare down. So that is tip number 3, is your spices. Again, you can do this at home or also in an RV. Tip number 4, my last tip for the day, is going to be your baking ingredients, your flour, your sugar. I used to have really cute glass canisters that I had all those items in, but as you can figure, RV lifestyle and glass does not go too well together. So recently I switched everything over to plastic. And if you look in my pantry here, you can see all the different items that we have. These labels are chalk labels, chalkboard labels. I did have some ones that I got from Target dollar section, but they did not stick. But those particular ones are ones I got from Walmart. And my daughter used the chalk markers to write on them. They easily erase. I highly recommend you doing that versus the old-fashioned chalk. You can get them at pretty much any store. They wipe off, they have nice bright colors, they look nice and clean, and they don't make a mess. I did have these original labels on them, but they're supposed to look like chalkboard, but I don't particularly like them, and they are a pain to get off, so I did not take the ones off on that side, just the ones on the top. But you can put them up in your pantry like this if you desire. That's why I did do them on both sides, but particularly I like them facing down. So let me show you the actual empty containers. These are the containers that I just showed you that were empty. I got the first 2 from Walmart. This is the gallon size capacity, and I use this one for larger items like flour and sugars. And this was about $3. And this is a 2-quart one, and I found this one at Walmart again for $2. And all 3 of these have screw-on lids, and they have a nice grip. This small one, I couldn't find a small one at Walmart or Target or anywhere else, but I was lucky enough at the Dollar Tree, and I found this small one. I'm not sure what the capacity is on it. I guess it doesn't. 38 fluid ounces. And they had lots of white ones, but I stole all the, I didn't steal. I bought the white ones, and then I needed more, and I went back and they didn't have any, so I had to get the blue ones. I had to go to several different Dollar Trees just to find ones with the blue lids, and obviously those were $1. They're not heavy duty plastic, but for what I'm using them for, they work perfectly fine. If I bought some heavy duty ones, I would have hundreds of dollars into all the ones that I needed. So they work great. Like I said, Walmart, Dollar Tree, put a label on it, and you have some cheap organization. So that's my... Hey everybody, this is my daughter Erica. She was my videographer for today. So I hope that you enjoyed our video on the 4 organizational tips that you can be used in your sticks and bricks or in an RV. So don't forget to check out my blog, www.buildstobutterflies.com, or
subscribe to Builds to Butterflies YouTube channel.
Until later, bye.